Looking for cheap NBA 2K MT coins or Madden coins? Head on over to buy2kmut.com for the cheapest coins online and use code MPG for 30% off your order. Link is in the description. What's up today, my fellow Madden soldiers? So what we're going to be discussing right now is the newest Madden 21 features that's going to be out in the new Madden 21 game. I'm also going to be giving you my opinion on what I think about them, and please in the comment section let me know your opinion as I'm actually explaining them and breaking them down. I'm not going to get too complicated when it comes to explaining this. I know a lot of people don't really get too intricate when it comes to the game and really understanding every little thing about it, but I'm basically just gonna give you a basic understanding so you guys can know, like, okay, this is what it is, this is what I'm gonna expect. Is it better or is it worse, or whatever the case may be? And not just that, stay tuned into the end because I got some great news when it comes to the beta. And just like me, I thought that I didn't have no hope on getting it, but just so you guys know, everyone has hope on getting it. I'm not saying everyone's gonna get it, but we all still have hope if you guys haven't got it yet or think you may not get it. So just stay tuned. I got all that information for you guys. So here we go. So as you're looking at this, as I was speaking right here, it says this is the run fits and defensive gap improvements. So basically what this is it's saying that it's improving the run game. EA actually acknowledged the fact that the run game was real OP this last Madden, which is in Madden 20. So they're like, okay, well, they had a lot of complaints, so like, what can we do to actually fix it and adjust it and actually make it more balanced of a game in Madden 21? And like I was telling you guys before, if we didn't get a lot of content towards the end of Madden 20, or we're not getting a lot of content right now because we're still in Madden 20, just so we can have a better Madden 21, I would accept that. You know, I know it's a little bit boring, but it is what it is. I would like a better Madden 21, so it's looking good so far. But anyways, so it says force defenders, hammer field players, pursue, anticipation, blocking interactions, right? So what I basically got out of this is that the D-line, whoever's on the D-line, are going to be more reactive when it comes to the run game, whether it's on the outside or the inside. They're going to be more like, for instance, once the ball is snapped and the defender's coming through, they're basically, when it comes to the pursuit and all that, they're basically going to go in the direction of the run instead of just missing it or act like they don't see it, right? Because it seemed to me like their awareness was a lot off this season, but according to EA, they said that they actually fixed it and it's actually be more of a balanced game, and that the defenders are going to react more, whether it's the outside or inside player, right, when it comes to the run game. Just so you guys know that it's that's the simple way to say it is just that, right? So I'm gonna leave it right there. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one, and what you're seeing right here is going to be what they call location-based tackling, right? I don't know all the details and everything, but what I gathered from this is that the tackling is going to be a lot better, right? Because I guess in Madden 20, as you guys know, maybe even in previous Maddens, the tackling was just insane. Sometimes you'll go and you'll grab someone and like you know very well that this individual should have been tackled. He should have been down right then and there, and he just breaks through. I know it can happen in real life, I understand that, but it happened way more frequently in Madden 20 than it should have. So what it's basically saying is that you have more control over the tackling, and that you have more chance at doing a lot of better tackling when it comes to actually preventing first downs and preventing a lot of other things. Because like I said, I have some great tackles in Madden 20, and for some reason these offensive men, whether it's a run game, the quarterback, as you can see right here, will come in and break the plank and just go in for a touchdown or a first down, whatever the case may be. So for what I got is the tackling is going to be more better. You have more control over it. We'll see, like I said, when we actually start playing, but that's what it says when it comes to the tackling, right? So now let's go to the one. Okay, so here's another picture right here. It's just showing right here another example of the tackling that they're talking about. I know certain people were saying that it still looks the same, but like I said though, I'd rather him show right here him actually tackling him than the Lamar Jackson actually breaking through and going for a touchdown, which actually happens, or him not even fumbling, right? So the more he goes and he runs it, the higher chance of him would be fumbling it. All right. So this is the one that a lot of people were talking about. If you guys don't know yet, I know this is the big one, right? Because these flats were killing us in Madden 20 and still are killing us, because like I said, because we are still in Madden 20. And what I didn't like was people will come out and run like crazy, and when they see that they couldn't run no more, they'll do like a curl flat or something else, and next it'll literally, you guys see me playing game, it'll be like a literally 4th and 30, and next you know it, these guys will end up with a first down. I'm like, how are they doing this, right? So apparently the defensive schemes weren't really working when it comes to adjustments. So this is what this is, right? I'm going to keep it simple. You have more ability to adjust your curl flats and more to personalize it. For instance, they say within 5 to 30 yards, you'll be able to adjust your men and put them into their respective zones or flats, right? For within 5 to 30 yards, you'll be able to put your men any of those yards, right? I'm not saying that they're not gonna be able to make a play on you. However, if you feel they're gonna go to a certain part of the field or whatever, you're gonna be able to adjust them and put your men on that part of the field within 5 to 30 yards of the play, right? So that's what they said about that. So I'm looking forward to that and seeing exactly how that actually plays out. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that's actually going to play out. So that's what that is. Zone drops, curl flats, going to be more personalized. Okay, so what you see right here is what I talked about when I was actually talking about the trailer that they revealed a while back. I think it was like a few days ago. And what this is showing right here is Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball as he's getting tackled, right? This is big right here, right? Because this is something that I didn't like in Madden 20, that you'll be like, hold on here. Why I'm not able to get not even just throw the ball, not able to get it off. Like, I'm getting sacked before I can even throw the ball. And I felt that was not proper, because a lot of QBs, especially someone like Aaron Rodgers, was able to throw the ball even while he's getting sacked, right? Whether it be a great pass or an interception, whatever the case may be, he was still able to get off the ball. And in Madden 20, they were, for some reason, weren't able to a lot. So what EA was saying right here is that I'm gonna keep it simple for you guys, so pay real attention. As he's throwing the ball, right? So for instance, if Aaron Rodgers is throwing the ball and he almost has the ball out and he's about to get sacked, he has a higher chance of completing the pass, right? But if the defender's coming towards him and Aaron Rodgers is barely getting off the ball, like he didn't have time to really get off the ball, he has a higher chance of fumble it, or a higher chance of he still will be able to throw it, but he'll end up with an incompletion or interception or something like that, right? So they're basically giving you more leverage. If Aaron Rodgers is throwing the ball and it's almost out and he's getting sacked, he has a higher chance of completing it, which he is actually known for when it comes to playing the game in real life. So I do like that, right? It's going to be all up to timing. If you're throwing the ball out and you almost got the ball out and you're getting sacked, you have a higher chance of completion. If you're throwing the ball out and you barely getting the ball out and the defender comes and sacks you, you're going to end up with an interception or incompletion or even a fumble, right? So that's what that says. It's simply put, and I'm actually looking forward to that. So that's something very much that I'm looking forward to. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so now this is the big one right here. This is something that I actually used in Madden 20. So, I'm actually one of the ones that use it against people because it was very OP. And not only that, I used it with the halfback. I used it a little bit with the running back, but with the QB, but it was more with the halfback. But the reason what we're going to talk about right here is out of position players that actually use this for like quarterbacks or wide receivers or whatever else that they actually put right here when it comes to running the ball, right, in Wildcat. So simply put, they're saying that if you actually put out of position players or you actually use them in the run game, or which is one of them is Wildcat, right? They have a higher chance of fumbling the more you use them, right? Like, they're going to go based on stamina. They said even up to the point of if you actually use them more than a few times, even when it comes to the QB or whatever the case would be, you're going to even have to substitute them out because they're not even going to be able to play because their stamina is going to be very low. So you're not going to probably be able to use them in game for a couple plays or so forth. That's what they said. So basically, long story short, you're going to be penalized in a sense for using like someone like a Lamar Jackson as a QB or a wide receiver at a running back position and run the ball with it. You're going to be penalized for using them the more you use them in game, right? So just keep that in mind. So I like that because, like I said, it's going to make you guys, or not you guys, us, be more strategic when it comes to calling our plays instead of just doing the same play over and over, right? Which a lot of people like to do. And I was even actually doing it that time, so I can't say that I was because it was OP. So that's another one. Okay, so this right here, is going to be when it comes to the pass rush moves. I spoke about this before, right? So what they're saying right here is the linemen, they're going to actually build up a resistance the more the same player comes. So say for instance, this is Von Miller, right? If Von Miller comes around, it says Wolf right here, right? So they would say Wolf. If Wolf comes around, or he actually tries to come around, maybe he just say he sacks Mahomes, right? They said that the more he actually is on this side of the field, the more the lineman is actually going to recognize it and build resistance, and he's gonna, and someone like Wolf is not going to be able to come through easily, right? But if you switch Wolf out and put him on the left side and put someone else on the right side, then what's going to happen is the lineman is not going to recognize him at first, but the more you use him at that side, he's going to recognize him. But as soon as you switch over and put Wolf back to this position, he's automatically going to remember him and actually still have that resistance. So basically, long story short, what they're saying is that they're balancing out the passing game, the running game. This is exactly what they said, and it's going to make you more strategic in how you use your linemen. So long story short, what you're basically going to have to do is be more strategic and actually really plan out your plays. Another thing too, before I change it, is they're saying that you know how people are actually using the gun and they're actually constantly using adjustments at the line of scrimmage. So they say the more you do that, the higher chance you is to cause a false start when it comes to the quarterback. I mean, to come to the offense. So just keep that in mind also. So another thing I want to speak about here, so stay tuned. The next one's gonna be about the bet I'm gonna speak about. So they changed the control a little bit. They said, so just so you guys know, mostly everything else is the same. However, trucking is now Y and hurdle is now with the right stick. And they say you have more control when it comes to actually spinning, and you actually rushing off the D line and all that stuff. It's going to be controlled with the right stick now, just so you guys know that. I'm not going to get all into detail, but the right stick is going to be for a lot utilities with the hurdle, your D line, and be able to do a lot more when it comes to D line and hurdle and stuff like that. And Y is now truck. Everything else. Another thing real quick, is celebration. Instead of you had to use like 3 different controls when it came to celebration dance. They say now all you have to do is the left trigger and you'll be able to do a celebration dance. So simply put, that's really what the few things that change when it comes to the controls. Everything else is still the same. The last thing I want to talk about is the beta, right? So for those who thought that you didn't have a chance to get it, just know you still have a chance. First thing I have to say, for those who actually signed up for it, they know what they're signing up for. They actually signed up for it. They say that from what I know, don't quote me on it, but they made it seem like you guys are actually going to be able to play the beta. When it comes close to coming out, they're going to send you an email. Second of all, they said that even if you didn't sign up, they said that what they're going to do also is that for those who actually been playing the game a lot, like for instance, if you actually have a lot of time into the game, you actually been playing the game a lot and still playing the game, and so forth, they said that you guys have a high chance. If not, you guys will be getting the beta, which I believe I'm one of them because I'm always grinding. So I'm still waiting on it. Like I said, I hope and I am one of them, but it's that for all the grinders that have been grinding out the game, you have a high chance of getting that beta, so don't lose hope. Another thing too is they're going to be doing a giveaway. So if you guys ain't following EA, or on Good Morning EA, or Good Morning Madden, or on Twitter, follow them. Because they will be doing giveaways during that time too when it comes to the beta, so they will be doing stuff like that too, right? So anyways, that's all I have to say about that. Don't lose hope. Everyone has a chance to get the beta. Madden 21 is looking good. They said they have a lot more coming when it comes to actually breaking down Madden 21. So this is just the beginning. So stay tuned for that. But I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. If you guys like seeing what you've seen, drop a like. If you have any subs to the channel, there will be more great, amazing content coming your way. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm out.